As a former people pleaser myself, I wanted to make this video today for my fellow late diagnosed ADHD women who struggle with healthy boundaries and people pleasing while they're on the job. In this video, we will cover 3 reasons why ADHD people might fall into people pleasing tendencies, and then I'll give you 5 tips that you can use right now, today, if you're like me and struggle with people pleasing while you're at work. For anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Sara Kelly and I'm an ADHD coach, and I specialize in helping late diagnosed ADHD women build their self-confidence and self-esteem so that they can manage their ADHD symptoms with ease. If you're not already following my channel, please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so that you never miss a video from me, because I come out with videos like this every single week. And if you are struggling as an ADHDer with your self-esteem, your sense of self, rejection sensitivity dysphoria, emotional dysregulation, overwhelm, or the shame that goes with having ADHD, I have a link in the description of this video to book a call with me to see if my lifetime membership program exclusively for women might be a good fit for you. You'll also notice in the description of this video that I have a bunch of resources, including a mindset masterclass just for ADHD women, a burnout and overwhelm guide, as well as a Facebook group, a free community where fellow ADHD women just like myself can support each other and validate each other. You will find all of those links in the description of this video. All right, let's get into it. The first reason that some of us with ADHD might fall into people-pleasing tendencies is because of rejection sensitivity dysphoria. I do have a couple of videos on RSD in the workplace, as well as just dealing with rejection sensitivity in general, linked in the description of this video. And all rejection sensitivity dysphoria is, for anybody who doesn't know, is perceived or actual rejection. And that can be a rejection from other people, or it can even be a rejection of ourselves, which is why some of us fall into perfectionism or have imposter syndrome. And so if we're struggling with RSD, we might be more of that people pleaser because we are scared that if we say no to people and we don't have healthy boundaries at work, that maybe people won't like us, or maybe we'll get passed up for that promotion. Another reason that we might fall into people pleasing is simply because of our impulsivity. We might say yes quickly before realizing if we have the emotional and mental bandwidth to do the thing that is being asked of us. And this could even come at the cost of our own workload. And the final reason that we might fall into more people-pleasing behaviors is just that desire for approval. A lot of people with ADHD have struggled with hearing negative feedback throughout our lives. There is a whole knowing-doing disconnection with ADHD. We know we have to do the thing, but sometimes actually doing it can be really hard. And some of those shortfallings that we might have been privy to in the past leads us to have this desire for approval and can make us these real people pleasers because we don't want to come up short, especially since in the past we have struggled with maybe coming up short in certain aspects of our life. Now that we've gone over some of the reasons that ADHD people might be people pleasers, what do we do with this? What are things that you can use right now today to put into your toolbox so that you don't fall into people-pleasing tendencies? And the first one is creating clear and healthy boundaries. Having clear boundaries is crucial for managing our workload and also from alleviating the feelings of overwhelm when we have too much on our plate. And setting boundaries with an employer can be really tough, but if you know the scope of your work, and let's say an employer is trying to get you to go beyond that scope, it's important to have a conversation with your employer or your employees if you're running the show on what you can handle and what you can't handle, because once we're burnt out, once we're overwhelmed or emotionally dysregulated, that makes our ADHD symptoms worse. And who has time to be burnt out? And if you're struggling with burnout, I do have a video all about how to manage burnout and to not get into burnout in the first place, linked in the description of this video. The second thing you can do to escape people pleasing is to practice being assertive. Learning how to express oneself confidently allows everyone to know where you stand. And just like boundaries, with assertiveness, it's really important to have clear communication. I personally like using I statements rather than you statements because it is way less combative. The third thing that you can do to stop people pleasing is to prioritize self-care. If someone's asking you to do something and you have something scheduled for you that is in the realm of practicing self-care, saying, no, I cannot do this right now because I have something else going on for me, is a great way to implement boundaries, being assertive, and then leaning into taking good care of yourself, your mental health, your physical body, as well as getting adequate rest. By prioritizing activities that can replenish and conserve your energy is a great way to make sure that you don't end up in ADHD burnout. Now, if you would do me a huge favor and like this video, by liking this video, more ADHD people in the algorithm will see this video today. And would you let me know in the comments if you are a people pleaser and how it manifests for you, specifically at work? Do you struggle with boundaries? Do you struggle with people pleasing with your employees or your boss or your coworkers? Let me know in the comments. And if you have any good tips for not being a people pleaser that I haven't already gone over yet, please comment that as well so that other ADHDers will see what's working for you. Now, number 4 is challenging negative self-talk. So many of us with ADHD struggle with rumination, getting inside our head and potentially catastrophizing what it might look like if we stop our people pleasing and actually assert some healthy boundaries. A lot of us also struggle with being a perfectionist, and that can absolutely fuel people pleasing. So what do we do with this? You can challenge that negative self-talk, because usually all negative self-talk is a collection of blanket statements that cast far wider than is actually true. And the 5th tip is to focus on impact, not intent. By shifting your focus from people pleasing to others and instead making a positive impact while you're on the job in your own work, helps in aligning personal goals with your own values. And this will reduce the pressure you feel to seek constant approval from others, because instead you're going to be focusing on what you bring to the table and your own talents rather than getting that validation externally. Now, just as a reminder, there is a link in the description of this video to book a call with me, as well as a mindset masterclass and a free burnout guide. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week in the next video.